Hola amigos! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make alfajores. They're buttery shortbread cookies that are sandwiched together between a gooey caramel filling called the manjar blanco, but most commonly known as dulce de leche. This has been one of your highest requested recipes, so here we go. Let's get started. The first thing we're gonna make is the dulce de leche. It's a luscious golden caramel filling that will make these biscuits irresistible. This method is the easiest way to make it. You don't have to be constantly stirring for hours, and it won't compromise on flavor. Simply peel the label of 2 cans of condensed milk, place in a large pot with cold water, and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to low, cover, and simmer for 2 hours. Check the pot every 30 minutes to make sure the cans are completely covered with water at all times. If they aren't, then they could explode. Carefully remove the can from the water and allow to cool completely before opening, at least 1 hour. Our dulce de leche filling is done. How easy was that? Now it's time to work on our alfajor biscuits. Preheat your oven to 150 degrees and line some baking trays with baking paper. We're gonna start by sifting 4 cups of plain flour, 8 tablespoons of icing sugar, and a pinch of salt. Add 400 grams of cubed cold butter. Now we're gonna place this into a mixer with a paddle attachment. Cover with a tea towel at the start or else flour will go everywhere. Mix until it resembles fine breadcrumbs. You want to press it with your fingers, and if it holds its shape, it's ready. Now we're gonna place our dough onto a clean surface and work it until it's malleable. Don't knead it, just mix it in, because if you work the dough too much, the biscuits will be tough. I like to split my dough in half, that way it's easier to work. Okay, so the warmth of your hands has kind of melted the butter a little bit. It's much more malleable now. It's holding its shape. That's it, you don't want to work it any further. I've only been working this for around 30 seconds to a minute, just until it holds its shape. This is a great recipe because you don't have to rest the dough in the fridge. You can start rolling straight away. Dust a clean surface with flour and also put some on top of the dough. Roll it out to around 3 to 5 millimeters of thickness and cut out with a cutter. This recipe will give you around 90 to 100 biscuits, which means you'll get around 40 to 50 alfajores. You can put them close together. These cookies won't expand much, as there is no rising agent. While rolling your dough, if you see that the edges are breaking up too much, just use the heat of your fingers to warm it all up and bring it together. Our biscuits are done. I'm gonna pop this in the oven for around 12 to 15 minutes until they're firm and pale golden. Our biscuits have been in the oven for 15 minutes. Now I'm going to transfer them to a wire rack to cool them completely before filling them. Our biscuits are completely cool, so now it's time to open our dulce de leche. These biscuits are very short, they're very delicate, so be careful when filling them. I personally prefer using a piping bag, that way you avoid many biscuit casualties. But if you don't have a piping bag, that's fine. You can use a palette knife and just add 1 teaspoon onto the biscuits. Place the dulce de leche in a piping bag and cut the tip with a scissor. All our biscuits are sandwiched together. Now it's time to dust our alfajores with some icing sugar. That's it, our alfajores are all done, freshly made. I've been really looking forward to this. Let's give one a try, or two. Yum! These alfajores are so soft, they melt in your mouth immediately. The texture is beautiful, they're not too sweet, and together with that luscious golden dulce de leche, it's a heavenly combination. This is a recipe that's really close to my heart. It's my grandmother's recipe, and I truly hope you can make this at home. If you like this video, as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave your comments below, and give it a thumbs up. Adios, amigos!